everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about disciplining toddlers. You can hear my kids jumping in their room. They're supposed to be going for a nap and they always party for a little bit, so don't mind the noise. But I've been getting lots of questions on how disciplining John has been going. He is 3.5, he'll be 4 in April, and he's been a pretty challenging kid. He's really good, like, often. He, is very kind, loving, and all of that, but then he has his moments where he's really bad, and I feel like no disciplining, at least what I've been doing in the past, has been working. So I just have been trying some new things, and I want to share with you what I do to discipline him, and kind of just tell you like some of the main behaviors that I've been noticing from him now that he's 3.5. People talk about the terrible twos, and I don't think that actually starts until they're like 3, sometimes even closer to 4. When he turned 3 is when things really started going downhill in terms of like him listening to us and stuff. So I'm just gonna talk about it quick. So the first thing that I do whenever he's being bad is I, use natural consequences. So for example, a lot of times he's a very like rough and active kid, so he'll stand on the couch and just jump off onto the ground, and he'll be really close to the coffee table or something. So I'll say, just, don't do that because you're gonna get hurt. And I keep telling him, don't jump, you're gonna get hurt, or whatever. And he doesn't listen. So a natural consequence would be, him falling and then realizing that it hurts when he jumps off the couch, and then he won't do it again. Or for example, if they're, I don't know, throwing a nice toy that you just bought them and you're worried the toy will break. You say, don't do it, and they don't listen, then maybe just wait and see. And if he throws it and it breaks, then he will learn, okay, I'm not gonna do that because my toy just broke, right? So those are something like natural consequences. So I do that a lot. Sometimes I just really pick my battles. If I see that he's jumping off the couch or doing something I don't want him to do, and I'm just like too tired to, like say stop doing that, I just let it happen, because I know, nature will take its course, and he will, it sounds cruel, but he will get hurt or something will happen, and then he just won't do it again. And that's been one of like the main things that has been helping, is just kind of like letting, like I said, letting nature take its course. Something will happen that he doesn't like, and then he just won't do it again. So the next thing is like logical consequences that I do. So for example, if he's riding his bike and then I say it's time to put your bike in the shed, and he doesn't put his bike in the shed, after asking him a few times, if he doesn't listen, then I take away that bike and he doesn't get to ride it for a couple days. So that's a logical consequence. He doesn't put his bike away, the bike gets taken away. Same thing with toys. If he has some of his toys on the floor, he doesn't clean them up, I take it away and say, you don't get to play with these for a few days. If he leaves his DVDs all over the floor, he doesn't get to watch his movies. So those are logical consequences that kind of go with that specific object, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. And then you just have to really follow through. So if you see that he doesn't leave his toys, that he's leaving his toys on the floor, for example, and won't clean it up, and you keep telling him to, and then you take away his toys, and then the next time he leaves his toys on the floor, nothing happens, then he's gonna know that, he can get away with it sometimes and he won't listen. So this is like the most challenging part, but you have to follow through. Every time he does something that you don't like, he has to be punished in some way, and I usually just take away that object or something. So you have to follow through for sure, or they'll just kind of like, they just know there won't be consistency and they just won't take you seriously. And that's what I've come to realize. The next thing is withholding a reward. So a lot of times, I'll, like when they wake up in the morning, I'll say, if you guys are good today, I will give you, a popsicle outside. Or you'll get, some kind of treat or something that they want. We'll go to the store later and buy a toy. So if he does a few things during the day that I don't like, doesn't listen to me, maybe hits his siblings, whatever, then I will withhold that reward. So his brother, his sister, they'll get theirs and he just won't get his. So if, like, a lot of times his main thing has been hitting and kicking his siblings, and especially Lily, she's only 8 months old, it hurts her, so it concerns me. So if he does that a few times and he hurts her a few times or hits his brother a few times, then I say, all right, you're not getting that popsicle, I promise, but everyone else will still get it. So he can understand that because they were good, they get that reward, and because he was bad, he doesn't get it, if that makes sense. So yeah, withholding rewards is something that I do. And then I also always make sure I reinforce his positive behaviors, his good behaviors. So if he does something that is good, like without me asking, so he cleans up his toys, or he hugs his brother, or washes his hands after going to the washroom, like whatever, any good behaviors that they do, I will reward him. Now I don't give him you know, sugar as a reward, because I don't want him to be expecting sugar every time he does something good, and you don't want to give them like a physical object every time they do something good, because then that can spoil them. But what you can do, and what I do, is if they do something good, I will like tell him and praise him and hug him and say thank you for doing that. That really made me happy. And I will just really show how happy he makes me and how good it is to, you know, do that good thing, and he will feel good about himself. Sometimes I do give him a treat if he's done something really amazing, you know, that's not normal, he doesn't normally do, and it really makes me happy. I will treat him. I'll say, you know what, because you were so good, you are going to get this. And it's usually like an organic sucker, or a homemade like fruit popsicle. He doesn't know they're not junky. He just loves popsicles. So sometimes I will, depending on the behavior that he did, the positive behavior that he did. But I don't reward him with something physical all the time, just because then they might come to expect it and only do that good behavior to get that reward, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to teach him to do good behavior without always expecting a reward, because in real life you don't always get rewards for doing something good. So that's what I've been trying to teach him. So those are kind of the tactics that I have been using. Timeouts do not work for us anymore. I put him in timeout and he can sit there for 20-30 minutes, doesn't affect him, doesn't care, and he will come off of timeout and do that exact same bad behavior again. So we just stopped doing timeouts. They don't work for us. And I'm not gonna lie, we did used to hit on the bum or the hand, and that doesn't affect him either. It used to a little bit. He used to kind of like, you know, not like it and kind of feel sad, and then now it's just he just laughs, or he just doesn't do anything about it, doesn't care about it. So for us, the biggest thing is really taking things away from him. It can be exhausting to constantly take things away, but if you're consistent for a little while and he has nothing left, then he will come to realize that he needs to listen, and then you can start giving him back his toys when he does something positive. So if he cleans up his toys, you can say, you did a good job, you can get this toy that I took away back. So that's kind of what I do, and I hope that answers all of your questions. If there's something that I missed, just comment below, let me know and I can answer it. But it has been really challenging disciplining a toddler, I'm gonna be honest. There are some days where I just am so exhausted and just so done with it. But there's a bright side. I know he's gonna get out of the stage soon and start moving into, you know, a better and easier stage. Although that being said, I do have 2 other little kids who are gonna have to go through that stage too, which I'm dreading, but that's it. You just gotta stay consistent, stay positive, because it won't last forever, and yeah, just do what you can. So I hope these tips helped you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are new to my channel, subscribe down below. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.